We're going live right now. I was going to give a countdown, but we're not doing the countdown. What is up, everyone?
This is Jordan.
This is cold open. That's
the
how we
Poison
do
Noise
it,
is
right?
cold open.
I love, I would love to do like the It's Always Sunny, theme, like we say, and today nothing's going to go wrong on the podcast.
And then just
like,
cuts,
everything goes wrong on the podcast,
wrong,
right?
Yeah.
I would love to do something like that. We are here with some friends. Let's switch over to you guys right here. Let me move also this wire so that... Oh. Hey, now we can actually
I didn't even notice.
That's good, right. Well, that's Ferns' fault. We're going to call that Ferns. Why don't you guys introduce yourself, tell us who you are, how we know each other, and what we're doing today.
I'm Jennifer Coleman from Architrave.
And I'm Paul Coleman from Architrave. We are, Jordan approached us, or I approached him about doing this pedal. Not that well. Actually, that was back in December, wasn't it?
I think I actually technically approached you for it. Someone's. We're getting
it was Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey told me to reach out to you. I don't know which one of us reached out to each other. I can't remember which way it
I was
went,
about
but...
to. If
okay.
So.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I mean, no secret to anyone who watches this already, but we do a lot of collabs over here at Poison Noises, and I'm always looking for cool bands to do it with, and you guys were very highly recommended by our friends in the Sugar Hole. That's Mikey, who we're talking about right now, and we did a really cool pedal with them called the Sugar Trem. That was like an optical one with a bunch of LFO bells and whistles and stuff like that. And what we did with you guys is, I don't want to say complicated, because that's not the right word. Neither is convoluted, but somewhere in that realm.
This is the Homer of pedals.
Homer?
Yes.
Did you ever see that episode?
Homer?
The Simpsons episode. He built a car.
I never did.
Yeah.
The Homer? Yeah, right.
It sunk the car company, but...
Wow.
Hopefully we didn't do the same here.
I think... They work. It did what we intended it to do, so that's good. Let's talk about what that pedal is. So I'll go let's go with your pitch to me, and then I'll give you my perspective on it.
I wanted to start with the spill, but the basic version is I wanted a stereo spill.
Right, which if you don't know that is a pedal, I actually haven't made one, I think, over a year now, which is crazy to think about, but that is my chorus. That is my digital FV1 style warbly fun pedal. And then we, which is funny because, if you look at it here, hold it up to that camera if you can see it right there. Yeah, there we go. That's a good place for it. It's actually the same finish as the spill also. It's that weird soft powder blue. I don't know what the actual color for it is, but it looks like one of those really good powder colors from when, Ibanez did, their analog chorus, Bucket Brigade series and stuff like that. Yeah. Theirs was, a purple, I think is what it was. I can't remember what it was, but it's a soft... a pastel Eastery color,
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah, something like that.
My first chorus was one of the DOD ones, and I'm pretty sure it was about this color.
Yeah, the stereo one, right? The DOD.
You know what? I didn't have the stereo, so maybe I didn't have that. I don't know.
That's
the one I think of as the chorus.
So DOD is always weird because they'll have whatever, just a number, like a 250 or something like that, and then they did that FX series ones were like the extreme versions of their pedals or whatever. And I know the FX, I can't remember the number, the FX stereo chorus is one that was blue. I know this because shout out to Dan Wade, who we've talked about before also.
Who I have yet to reach out to.
Yeah. He's been telling me he wants a stereo chorus forever, and he recently picked up that one and couldn't get it to stop making noise, and that's the reason he's trying to get a hold of one right now.
I have to reach out to him. Or he has to reach out to me.
Yeah, right. And you know what's funny is you play a Plumes, which his signature pedal does a lot of stuff like that also. Okay. So maybe you guys should.
Yeah, that's probably,
that's my favorite thing in the world, actually, is when you get two people I do collabs with actually will trade. It always, where it always happens? It always happens at Love of Fuzz. It always happens right underneath where I live.
Shout out to Love of Fuzz.
Yeah, shout out to all the Love of Fuzz.
Shout out to Love of Fuzz.
But that's always where it happens. It'll happen somewhere I'm very fortunate that this wonderful place that we are in right now is is kind of a mecca for a lot of different music equipment and gear and stuff like that.
That's true. I've met more Troy people here now than I ever did, and my grandparents lived in Lansingburg. Never knew this many people. And they're all cool music people, which is better than my grandparents' friends, I guess.
Your grandparents were very nice people.
They were cool. They were just you want to go to the block party?
They used to drive us to the recording studio when we were in high school.
Yeah,
too.
they did. My grandpa was a trooper. He just sat out there in front of the there was like a dock. There was like a river.
I strive for that level of old man.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
great.
mean? Where you just like you
Absolutely.
can just sit on a park bench and just exist there.
You know how to
what
relax.
I
I mean, I remember looking at people like that and being like, "How do you possibly just sit there and do nothing?" And now as I get older, I'm like, I could
Sounds
like
pretty
sit.
nice.
Yeah,
I can sit by some water.
we don't do enough sitting and nothing here, that's for sure. But we
No,
have,
we're always running around.
But
That's the vibe here.
Well, and speaking of which, I mean, another person who's moving up here is Peter from Collar City. He's going to be taking. This is his building. Technically,
Shout out
but
to
it's
Peter
like-
in Collar City.
Yeah,
Love
right,
you, Peter.
let's just talk about all the music stores right now. But no,
The air conditioners are working great.
they are
up here.
I couldn't get them to work earlier. He came in. Ferns is also my air conditioning guy. A lot of people don't know that, but like when the summer comes around, he comes and he brings me
Amateur
like,
HVAC.
Yeah, he'll bring me like the 4 oldest, like like still
Window
working
units?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just like and put them in my apartment.
Don't drop them out of the window; they'll hurt people.
All right, we have digressed into air conditioners.
Yeah,
That's
we're
how
good.
far
We
we've
can-
gone
yeah,
here.
we should go
so, let's get into it. So we talked a little bit about the pedal. Pedal is super rad. It is, from my perspective, it is a stereo digital chorus that has 8 different modes in 4 different input-output settings. That was the part that was
challenging.
Yeah, right. And the amount of people, I love telling this part of it, the amount of people like I talked to in the industry that helped me figure out the problem I was having where I couldn't get it to switch and read the next bank at the same time. There was like a panel where I had...
Oh, I remember that. You told me all
I
about
asked
that.
Josh Scott. I talked to Brian Wampler about it a little bit. I talked to Robert Keeley at great lengths about it. But like, just being in like group emails with like just those titans of the industry was really cool, especially because I ended up being the one who figured out the problem.
Yeah, that was the
which
thing.
Nice.
which made me feel way cooler than I actually
I
They're,
don't
they're
often
going to be
like to-
coming to you. So.
Right.
I don't often like to pat you on the back, but you did do that.
You know what's funny too is I actually, with those same group of people, got lumped into a conversation on another podcast because Brian Wampler has his own thing that he does like this
neat.
too, and he's got Richard Oliver who handles a lot of media stuff for a lot of companies. I actually got to meet him out in London when we went out there.
Oh, cool.
Super nice dude. And then the other guy's Blake Weiland from Tone Mob. Again, just a wildly successful social media music person. And they were having a conversation about, do we buy pedals because we like the pedals, or do we buy the pedals because we like the person? You know what I mean? It was like the whole conversation. And it's like, I wouldn't buy from this guy. I would just buy from Robert Keeley or Brian Wampler or Josh Scott or Jordan from Poison Noises. And somehow I got lumped into that conversation.
Nice.
And it's, our buddy Jay called me. He's like, you're not going to believe what just happened on this podcast. It was this morning he told me that.
That's
So,
awesome.
That's
yeah,
great.
It was very, very cool.
I'm glad that Jay is on top of that.
Yeah, we got to have him on here more.
I agree.
We haven't had. He was here for like the first couple, and then we'll
Yeah,
we'll
we
have
got
him back.
He bounces off of all of us very well.
So let's do this. Let's hop into a game, and then we'll
Sure.
talk some more stuff. So I have 3 games for you guys.
Oh boy.
2 of them are classic. One of them is new. You kind of already got a little preview of what the new one was. So why don't we jump into the new one first? We'll do that. So I don't have a name for this one. Oh my god! I just came up with a name for it.
All right.
Literally, you ready?
That was a Jordan Withers on the
right. So
off
you
the
can't
cuff
see it
James.
really,
Do you have
but
the singer with the?
I don't. Because I didn't have a name, but we're definitely calling it Gear Tier. I don't know how I didn't
Gear
think of
Tier.
that. That's so obvious.
Damn.
Like,
I'm really surprised you didn't
so-
have that already.
Right, and
That's
if you look
good.
closely at the tabs, you can see what the other games are. But that's just because I haven't found a way to like.
It's okay, you don't see the
maintain this yet.
answers.
So essentially, what this is, and we'll find a better way to do this. I just used the regular kind of gear thing that they have now. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna see. Oh, actually, you know what? I just realized you guys can't see what this one says. That's very funny because of the green screen.
Oh, it's green.
This one says, "Oh,
no, they can
you
see it.
guys
They
can see it." Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah, people,
Yeah.
there's like little blocks, like the bottom,
Yeah, I
the
see
bottom
that.
one right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Like they can't see what it says.
We're gonna
That's
have
funny.
to yell it out.
Yeah. So the bottom one. Why don't you guys tell us what the bottom
All
one
right.
says?
It's a scale. Well, you took it off. I can't
Oh,
see it
well,
now.
that's right. You can read it. now.
So it goes from wouldn't miss it,
Right.
probably something better. It's great, big part of our sound, and can't live without it.
Right. So what I can drag them here just so we can keep track of it. You can have as many in whatever. You can put them all and can't live without it if you want. You guys seem, I don't want to say particular about your gear, but I think you at least know what you like. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. So let's start from the top and we'll get this thing
I'm
rolling.
really. Oh, come on, Gear Tier. You didn't have that
Gear
already?
Tier.
I'm very
Very
surprised
good.
I
you
came
didn't
up
have
with
that.
this morning. I came up with this game.
Yeah.
So like I woke up
It's
after,
usually the name comes first. That's the
well,
thing.
right. So last night we got drunk and
Watched across the
universe on my new TV.
Yeah.
And so I woke up this morning at like 2 a.m. and I was just like, I gotta make games. So that's pretty much where we're at right
That's
now.
excellent,
but,
Gear Tier.
yeah, it ended up working out okay. So
Yeah,
all right,
usually
let's do this. First thing we have on here is your loop station, which is RC505?
Yes,
Is that what it's called?
it's-
How essential is that to your sound?
So essential right now.
Right now, it's
right
pretty
now
essential.
we need that thing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
where do you think it lands in your tier here?
Well,
I mean, we could use something else that did the same thing.
Yes,
it's
we
not
could.
like the perfect version of that, maybe. So
do you think there's something better?
for what we're doing, probably.
You think so?
But we're used to it. It works.
You know what's so funny? I was gonna make one of the things just we're used to it. Like
That's
that was
gonna
gonna
be
be
all
like
of
one
it.
of the categories. That's super funny.
Yeah.
All right, where do you guys want to put it?
it's great.
It's
Okay.
great.
There it
Boom,
goes.
that's where it's going. Next, we've got Earthquaker Plumes. Jamie's a really good guy. That is easily his most popular pedal.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
I love it. If you accidentally hit that volume gain knob or whatever,
Oh yeah.
it's so touchy.
Like that, the toggle, is that what you're talking
No,
about?
no,
the
just
clipping toggle?
the
Oh, the pot in general, it's like not tapered well. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so like there's no I always have to sound check before
Okay.
a show because
Gotcha.
if that knob get bumped at all.
Are you saying that the knob physically turns very easily?
Oh, no, no,
or,
no.
Or it's just like it goes from 0 to 100.
It goes
real
from
quick?
0 to 100
Yeah,
real
so the
quick.
taper is bad. You know what? I don't want to say bad. I'm not going to say bad. Jamie's
No,
very,
no.
very good at what he does, but he's,
No, I
he's
love the
wildly
pedal.
successful.
Careful.
That's one thing I always. There's two things about Earthquaker pedals that I hear complaints about ever, and that is one is tapers are weird on their pots,
Yep.
and the other is that the LEDs are so freaking bright.
Oh,
That's the
piece of
other-
tape
yeah,
over it.
exactly. Yeah, right. That's the other thing. Right. So, all right.
No,
so,
but I love it though. So it's like sonically you can get a lot out of that.
Is
So
it-
a taper issue and a taper issue.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Bazing.
Wow! Look at that. Those are
Boom.
the two biggest problems are taper issues.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, where are we putting that?
I'm gonna say it's great because I'm gonna focus on the sound, not the problems.
The bottom square. I love that.
Oh yeah, the fact that you can't see it but on the green screen, like it's just part of
part
like
of
the
the
video.
You gotta
Which
remember
is
to not
really
make things
funny.
green.
It
but-
is the plume. There's so many plumes variations. You picked the green one.
Yeah, that's very funny. You know, that's actually doing all right in the green screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, there's something moving behind it.
Yeah.
Never mind. What do I know? Okay, what about the freeze? The EHX freeze. I don't know that topology super well, but I'm pretty sure that's like an FV1 style thing also. I could be wrong. It might be the same chipset that's in the machine
Oh,
for
okay.
living. It might be, but I can't be positive.
It does one thing. It does it great.
Okay. How often do you use it?
In this band, I probably am not even going to use it with the recordings we do later, but every once in a while,
I can think of a couple of songs that you
there's a
always
couple
need
of
it
songs
for.
where like Teresa and stuff.
Yeah.
If I didn't have it, I could live without it, but I really like it. I
Okay.
like the ability to hold that note,
Okay.
which is all it really does.
So, where does it live?
Well, there's nothing. I wouldn't say there's anything particularly better than it for that one function.
Yeah, I personally don't know what's better than that
So,
in terms of getting just that
It's
done.
not a big part of our sound, so
Okay.
I guess it's great.
I feel like everything, you guys are just Switzerland in this game, right?
Yeah,
We are.
neutral
That's
as hell.
all right. What I'm learning is we need to get you something better than great on your boards. That's what I'm learning from all this.
Well, we're getting
The
we're
wheels
getting
are
to
already
that.
spinning.
Right,
We're
right.
getting to that.
all right, so what do we got next? What about the pitchfork? I had a point in my life where I ran 3 pitchforks on my board.
Oh,
that was a real thing that I
For
did
me
at one point.
personally, that has been like a huge part of my sound.
I think it tracks better than pretty much any other
Yep.
Well, pitch shifter I've ever found.
The ring thing,
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah,
which I don't have with me, but
Right,
that-
right,
that-
right.
it's because it's huge. But yeah, no, as far as like maybe not, it's not a huge part of this band's sound, but it's been a huge part of other things that I've done.
Okay.
Haley Moly?
No, but definitely like the Sync Charmer stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I will. Well, it was a big part of our sound until recently, actually. So I'm just gonna move that one right to Can't Live Without It.
Can't live without it. First one goes in our S tier category.
right, with the
up
heat
there.
pumps.
Right, we love it. Okay, next. This is your mini log. You have what is the model? Is it XD?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
And that's
Look
the-
at me.
that's-
I know
yeah, yeah.
synthesizers.
And that's
crazy.
That's the one. So
That is the right one. I got the
Nice.
right one
I
on
think
there.
so, the black
I pull
one.
all these up from Equipboard. Shout out Equipboard. But other than that, I know pretty much nothing about like little synths like that. I mean, I know the Micro Korg. I know the JDXI.
Because you know the stuff that I have.
Yeah, right. Do you have both of those?
No,
you don't have a JDXI.
No, I have a JDXI, but I have the
Micro Korg,
I have,
yeah.
I have the Micro Korg and I have
Yeah,
the little
yeah.
Yamaha, the little DX7.
Yeah, you have the
The
DX,
DX.
and then Rutsky has the CP.
Yeah, he's got the
Those things are cool. You guys
Yeah,
played
Big
those
J
at all?
had the
not the
organ
CP.
one.
They're like the little Yamaha.
Oh, yeah,
like,
those-
where they just recently they're like
they're new.
they
new.
do one that's like a DX7, one that's like a CP, one that's
Yeah, they
I
got the
think
concert
Muffy
piano. They
has
have
one of
the
those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
they're rad.
yeah,
They're
they got the
really,
concert
really cool.
piano. They've got the organ one, and they've got the CS80 one with all the.
That's
sliders.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. What's the one Jay has as like the toy
the or-
piano sound? In
It's
it?
the organ one. I
Okay,
think.
gotcha. Okay, cool. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you guys use that more as a controller, or do you actually use the onboard sounds for it?
I use the onboard sounds
Okay.
and modify them.
Okay.
I love it, but I don't have tons of experience with synthesizers, so I'm
Okay.
just kind of like learning this one, and I love it. Like this one gets at the sounds that I want, which are like really kind of sci-fi,
Okay, sure.
retro.
The interface is super
I know
intuitive.
I know
Yeah.
one
shape and
thing.
stuff.
I know one thing about the MIDI log. This is the only thing I know. If you move the fader, the back and forth fader,
pong?
when it starts up, it has Pong. You can play Pong on it.
Oh,
yeah, we discovered
think we
that at
did
some
find
point.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. And so okay, listen, this is so off topic, but not really. But like that's how these things usually go.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
I discovered this when I was running Guitar Center. So when we turn on everything in the morning,
You put it on Pong.
I play Pong, and you have to. My goal is always to try to beat it before the thing turned on, because it only does it during startup.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
if it starts up, it turns Pong off. So I must have spent every day for 3 or 4 months trying to get, and I finally beat it.
Nice.
And I was like, "Oh, what happens when you beat it?" And it just says Korg.
That's it.
Years of academy training wasted.
You finally unlocked the master sounds.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you get like a special.
Yeah, special patches.
I would have been taking congratulations. You know, what I mean? I would have taken anything for it, but it's
Unlock a new sound.
yeah. New sound would have been incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
That should be a real thing. Okay, cool. So where does that one live on our list?
It's a big part of our sound,
Big part.
wouldn't you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Big part.
I mean, can't live without it, I would argue. But
Oh dang.
But I mean, I could probably
Oh, yeah,
get
you
another
could use another
synthesizer
so,
and
yeah,
learn
yeah,
that
yeah.
one, and
Leave-
it'll be
leave a big
fine.
part.
But right
what
now,
about
it's a big part
what
of our
about that
sound.
like Novation launch controller you guys have? Which one is that?
It's the Circuit Tracks we have right now.
Is that the right one? Did I put the right one down
I
there?
can't quite tell.
It looks close enough.
It looks close
Okay,
enough from
it's,
here.
it's the only one. Isn't it the only one that has like pan knobs or whatever on it? I could be wrong about that. I actually
well,
don't know.
they had a couple. It looks right from that tiny. Book.
Okay, cool. The thumbnail is right. Okay, I saw that, and that's more your thing, right? Like you.
No.
Oh no, you're
I
controlling that
mean,
more.
we both.
I'm
do.
programming most of the beats
Okay.
these days.
Okay, cool.
And I would say we can't live without it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure that I could probably start from scratch and learn a whole different machine, but
Sure.
like this is the one I know and you know, and
And
right at this
it's-
point, so
It for a long time. It doesn't have a screen really. So.
Right.
it was a steep learning curve for me, but
Oh, sure,
yeah.
I've got it, and it's good. I like it.
Okay, cool. Where does that live on your guys' list?
We need it.
You need it.
Yeah.
I can't live without it.
Yep.
All right. I love when stuff makes it up there. So you guys just like love all your gear is what I'm hearing now. What about that Squire Jag that you had? I know we talked about that a little bit earlier, but
It has some problems, but I love it.
you do love it?
Yeah, yeah.
What color is yours?
Black.
That's right. That's right. You were just playing
Yeah,
it
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
That's right. Okay, cool. And is that like the is it like a classic vibe? Is it just like a regular?
It's a classic
Is it
vibe,
classic vibe?
yeah.
Well, yeah. Classic vibe. I tell people this all the time, just from like any experience I had working at Guitar Center. The classic vibe stuff arguably is better than the Mexican-made vendors,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like generally speaking, especially with offset stuff. With offset stuff, it is just almost always better. They give you better hardware. The necks usually have better profiles, as long as they are conditioned well enough and you give them good humidity and you set them up when they need to be set up. Like they are great guitars. I for the longest time almost got the bass 6 that they make, the classic vibe bass 6 that they had, but my birthday was last weekend and my partner bought me one, so
Nice.
got me a Venteris series one, so because they just made it in Fiesta Red. I don't know if you guys saw out there, but every guitar I own is a red Fender because it was supposed to.
And they go faster because they all have a racing stripe.
That's true, and it makes them way faster. Adds a couple extra horsepower to the guitar.
You've come a
but-
long way from that Warlock, my dude.
Oh yeah, when we used to play in like
Oh,
a
yeah.
pop punk band where I had like a white Warlock with black trim.
And that giant Marshall that's...
Yeah, MG 100 HDFX.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that
we
was
played
that.
in a garage with a metal door.
Yeah, oh, it was bad, right?
Wow.
And we weren't very good.
And it didn't sound great. We had fun, though.
But additionally, now I have another Marshall stack, but I got the JCM 800 instead of the HD. Oh, cool. Ben's here. Hello, Ben. Ben's one of the volume guys. He's in the chat right now. I love the classic vibe stuff. But
He wants to watch it on his Oculus Quest.
that's I didn't even think we could definitely do that.
You can get this VR.
I'm gonna bring my Oculus in here next time.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna do. That's super funny.
Poison Noises, innovating.
All right, I digress too far. What are we doing for that Jag, that Squire Jag?
I'll admit there's probably something better, but I still love it.
Okay,
so
probably something better. You want to put it in? I know you guys love It's Great, but if you want it in probably something better, it can go there.
I'm not. I love it. It's just
you love it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's always great.
But I'm probably gonna get another one at some point. So
sure. Well, the last thing I have for you guys on that list is that vocal processor that I saw you guys playing with before, and that is. I think I asked you which model it was before.
Yeah, it's the
too, right?
VE.
That's the white one, right? That's
no,
it's yellow.
One.
Is it yellow?
Yeah.
I was so
close.
What do I know? Let's see. You can do it. Just smoke one.
I don't. It's the only one I've ever had, so I don't know if there's something better or not. Do you figure there is? Well, we did have another version of the same one.
Yeah,
and it's probably better than that.
This one has we just discovered the vocoder on it.
Yeah, you guys playing with that out there. That sounds pretty good.
Some real Emojin heap vibes with that thing.
Not the hands though.
Oh, that's right. They got
they have
the gloves or whatever.
Yeah, the gloves.
So awesome.
Yeah, that stuff's really, really cool.
Yeah.
How quintessential is that to the sound now in terms of what you guys do?
The pedal itself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I always use it just so that I don't have to rely on the sound guy for reverb or delay.
I'm sure they also appreciate that, you know.
Yeah.
But.
They do and they don't.
They don't like it.
It depends on the sound person.
How
They're generally annoyed by it.
I think it's gotten to the point where the sound people are basically half expecting you to have a vocal pedal. So
that's true.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. How often when there is an issue and you guys are troubleshooting, is that a part of the error? I guess that would be my question as the sound guy.
For us, not much.
Okay, cool.
We've been told,
it does create feedback.
Well, we've been told by John Olander that there is a hump at 10K. So
okay.
we will.
Yeah, but to be fair, John's like half deaf.
Well, yes.
But he's the best deaf engineer I've ever heard in my life.
That's crazy.
He's a loud guy. But I love him.
Whatever works.
I would love to do a pedal with him one day too. He just wants to. He wants to do like really weird, wacky, wild
John
stuff.
John bought this.
Oh, did he get one?
Yeah.
That's so on. I think he messaged me too. He's like, "This is a little out of your wheelhouse." I was like, "It's something, all right, you know." But no, I'm pretty proud of that one. I think that came out cool.
Yeah,
all right. So where are we putting the TC?
It's a big part of our sound.
It's a big part. Look at you guys. You guys are really proud of your stuff up here. Look at that. Oh, big part. Sorry, I dropped it one higher. Big part. There it is. You guys are so...
We're way too positive.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, like, I don't expect anyone to come in here and be like, "Oh, we hate everything that we have." You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be a little weird. It's like, why are you guys playing it?
Anything else then, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, is this going to be on the green screen? Like...
Oh,
look at that. You guys can't even see it, but
is
it's
it showing up?
Yeah, it's disappearing. I mean, all you see is a label.
Ben said your new haircut is ruling the airwaves.
You know what's funny? This is I call this one elegantly disheveled, or getting directly out of bed and doing nothing with your hair. That's what I have going on right now. So this is what half a bottle of vodka and Across the Universe in 4K does to you.
You had a blue moon.
AM.
Oh, wait, I can't say that.
I had
a
Azul
beverage.
Luna. That's the Cerveza version. All right, cool. All right, let's get back to you guys for a little bit now that we're not talking about the year. What do you guys have coming up in terms of shows and stuff? Are you guys playing more local stuff, or like what are you guys doing?
We're sort of scattered around the Northeast in June.
Yeah, we're playing. You have the list, right?
We're not doing anything until June. We have May off.
We have our first thing is a Saturday Rare Forms anniversary show.
Oh, cool.
We're playing like really early, like 2 or something.
My daughter has a concert at 4 that we want to go to.
Okay.
So that's on the 8th?
Yeah.
No, that is on the 1st.
Oh, sorry.
1st of June, we're at Rare Form. And then we're going to DA's on the 3rd, Rochester on the 4th.
Where in Rochester are you playing?
What is that place called?
Is it Bug Jar?
No, it's not Bug Jar. It was kind of
rad.
I can't remember the name of the venue all of a sudden.
I think it's a newer venue.
Yeah, it's a newer venue.
Okay. Cool.
So.
I don't get to go out to Rochester often, but that's like a real hub for like guitar pedals.
Oh, okay.
Like that's actually like Rochester is where Keith Barr is from.
Okay.
Keith Barr, I love talking about Keith Barr. I feel like I do on every episode. Keith Barr from Rochester starts MXR, so like Phase 90, Dynacomp, all those huge pedals, then sells it to Dunlop.
Okay.
starts the company Alesis, pretty much invents ADAT, like fiber optic audio transmission. And then, hey, Lou's here. And then does that, then the digital age comes around, and he doesn't understand how it works, so he makes his own chipset, and has like a company design a language that only he understands to make this. And it's the chip that's in that pedal.
Nice.
And then he dies like a couple months after it comes out, and someone just like discovers it's the greatest boutique designing DSP chip ever of all time, and his legacy continues to live on again. It's just like that man has had so many enormous parts of the industry, and I love that. You're putting it in front of the camera again. Like, I love that thing happens to also have the FV1 chip in it. If you were a DSP guy or a DIYer or some combination of the two, that is absolutely the place to go. I know I've sent you a blip of the code on one of the programs
this is that
before.
language, right?
Yeah, it's called Spin ASM is what it is. So I just recently found out there's like a whole CAD program that like you can make your own blocks and stuff for different parts of code and just like link them together.
Oh wow!
And then you can like flash ROMs that way. And I discovered that, and I'm like, okay, it's time to make some weird stuff. So probably would have made that way faster if I had done it that way, but it's all right. So we made it happen.
This is how we learn,
right? So all right, let's do another game. Pick a number, 1 or 2.
1.
1. All right. So hop into this guy. Slideshow mode. 1. Boom. Here we go. Whale scale. We love that one. Has a little stinger, right? A nice little Google Slides stinger.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
That reminds me of the PowerPoints I used to make in high school.
You
need
make
audio
PowerPoints in high
stinger.
school.
I did. I just didn't go to class.
You made them and then didn't show them.
Yeah, I made them. I remember one time I made one.
I can imagine you giving a PowerPoint presentation.
No, of course not. Like me get up. Oh no,
that's very funny.
You need the text.
I
to come in
can.
like this.
Yeah, right.
I remember I made the thing and then didn't go to the class.
That's
because I was
most on-brand thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's very funny. Okay, so the way whale scale works, we did it probably on the shows you guys have seen also. Essentially, I put a musician on the screen, and we have to decide collectively here if they're like overrated or underrated.
Okay.
I'm going to join you guys too because I don't know this stuff.
So we do it on a scale of like 0 to 10 or 1 to 10 is the way we do it, and 1 is bad, 10 is good. So 1 would be they're very overrated. 10 is they're very underrated. I know that's confusing because you want to say 10 over 1 under, but the bad thing is the lower number. The good thing is the higher number.
We keep doing it, it'll eventually make sense.
How about this? How about we just do a level of respect? A level of respect from 1 to 10, and that's how we'll do the whale scale.
Respect, okay.
Whale of respect.
Yeah, the whale of respect. So, all right, let's do the first one. I also kind of cater to these two who I think you guys would appreciate. So, first one here. How about Annie Lennox from the Eurythmics? What do you guys think about
Fantastic.
Annie
I'm
Lennox?
trying to understand the scale. I'm sorry.
So, it's all right. if you think, I know it's so funny. Like, I gotta find a better way to do this. No, I'm just gonna get like a little slider that we can like move on the table or something like that.
That's good.
Yeah, right.
We need somebody to make us some props.
Right. So 10 is underrated. Like 10 is they're so great nobody appreciates them.
Okay, but what if they are insanely great, but they have the proper amount of respect that they probably
5 or 6.
Yeah, you're right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, right. But like, yeah, no, that's a legitimate question. Like that's like a real that happens
Like
all the time.
I don't think she's underrated, but I think she's fantastic.
Oh, correct.
See, I agree. I would put her closer to like a 6 just because
she gets the respect she deserves.
She does.
I feel like she should get.
But I feel like she should
maybe
get a little
bit
more because
Yeah.
like I feel like everyone knows the Eurythmics and knows Sweet
Yeah.
Dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like
100%.
doesn't necessarily know. And
All
like
of
what
the
about,
other-
what about like walking on broken glass?
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I
that
mean?
was her solo stuff.
Or, yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Or, like
yeah.
was it Whiter Shade of Pale? That's the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
record.
she did that
right?
whole
Singing
record
the
of covers.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man.
I mean, and also Dave Stewart there. He was her partner there in the band. He was pretty. You know, he did a lot.
Did he do stuff outside of Eurythmics?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so
If
either.
anything, it wasn't a lot.
I was
but I think
wondering.
that was
He
his
might
main
be
thing.
underrated.
Yeah, I think
because
he's the underrated
Yeah,
member of
I would
that
say
band.
that.
That's a very
Yeah.
good
I mean,
point.
yeah, he was doing a
agree
lot
with
of
that.
innovative stuff there.
We'll give Annie a 6, right?
6?
Yeah,
6 I
yeah,
like.
6.
6 feels comfy. All right, moving on.
she's properly rated.
Properly,
So, like,
you think? I think underrated. I think wildly underrated.
Well,
to be
but
honest.
she's getting so much hype right now.
She is.
The new album.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like, I know we've talked about Sonic Youth at pretty great length at this
Yeah.
point. You know what I mean? They've come up more than once probably today.
She
you
is
know,
easily doing the most interesting thing of anybody that came out of that band
agree.
at this point.
I love seeing it. I love to see how much hype she's getting as a woman in rock at her age is fucking great.
Yeah,
that's
no,
true.
So
I
happy.
agree. I agree. I like her a lot, but I think she's more. What's the right way to put this? I think she's more underrated than Annie Lennox. I think Annie Lennox had enough of a pop background where people who might not have,
like for the
know who
masses.
she was still knew the music.
Yeah.
But like, anything Kim Gordon's been in is like kind of if you know kind of thing. But I
Yeah,
mean they had
underground stuff.
but I mean they had great success for being an underground
Yeah,
band.
I mean,
you
but
know
that's
what I
it's,
mean?
it's the
But-
different. I mean, we're talking the difference between like besides they're also different. We're talking two different eras of music.
Yeah, I mean, she's not like a singer.
And styles.
That's true. And also, like, this is the question everybody always asks me: are we talking about them just as like their instrument, like just as a bass player? Is she?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like I say no. This is broad.
I think
Yeah.
maybe she's
but-
been underrated, but I think it's exploding right now, and she will cease to be
I like
underrated.
that. I like that with room for expansion. That's
A
good.
five,
So-
a growing
Perfect.
five.
a growing five. I could do a growing five.
Well put.
All right, we'll move on. Next one. I
Well.
put it as Peter Hook in the Light. Just
That's
because,
fair. Yeah, that's fair.
right? Because
That's what
why
he goes
not?
by.
Why not? Like
I
I mean,
didn't
it's funny
even
we were
know
just
that.
talking about
Yeah,
them
yeah.
before, also. So
Peter Hook. I mean, I don't think he's underrated.
No,
but
he has legend
you don't think so,
status.
huh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's,
I think people are like that's a Peter Hook bass line. Now
I agree. I think
Yes.
he's very recognizable. My thing is like when it comes to people like him, people who know him love him, and then people who don't know him. There's not really people like, oh yeah,
Fair
there
enough.
he is, and he's terrible. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
that's
nobody
interesting.
thinks that.
it's like
about
they
him.
have to know that
Right.
they have to be into the lore of New Order and
Yeah, totally. But if
Yeah.
they are, he's like
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
unobtainable.
the thing is, if
know?
you start listening to Joy Division and New Order and stuff, and you're like, huh, what's going on with that bass? You immediately.
But
That's
I
if
will
you're
point
into it,
out-
you're into it.
I will point out there are Cure songs where I listen to them and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a Peter Hook bass line.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because there was
100%.
the same thing going on.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
absolutely. Don't let Reeves hear you say that.
no, I know.
play bass.
I saw him. He was just in Guitar Player magazine.
Yeah, but
Like
exactly.
yesterday,
He does
yeah.
not play in bass.
Yeah,
What
I
does it matter
know,
to
but,
him?
Yeah, no,
Listen, if he doesn't need any more reasons to be upset, let's put it that way.
Okay, fair enough.
No,
No,
he's a nice
I-
guy. I'm just kidding. But seriously, he's not. No, he's a really nice guy. But yeah, all right. So where are we landing with Peter Hook then?
I will say so. Now I've already lost track of where I'm supposed to be. If he's underrated, it's higher.
Correct.
I'll put him at 7
Okay. Cool.
because I feel like you said, the people who know, but then there are probably people who just don't know.
That's how I think most of the people are on this list.
Yeah,
I
he's
made
just so-
this one's a
yeah.
little divisive.
He's just so widely emulated now.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
true.
Yeah.
like a lot of people do what.
It's like one of the things where you don't realize how influential he
Yeah,
is.
it's a lot of
I didn't
influence.
even.
It's good.
It just came out that way when I started doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's
yeah,
the
I
thing.
get
You
it.
just
I
it's
get
the
it.
feel.
All right, we'll call it that. We'll say a 7.
Ooh, good choice, bud.
I know
That is
that's
a
a
good
good
choice.
one, right? That is a good one.
Yeah.
Of all the members, that's the one.
Well,
in my
he
opinion.
played so many Casio
Yeah.
synths. It was insane. Like, and not like the toy ones. He had like the
Well, I-
CZ series.
Yeah, I saw
Casio
the video. The
stuff.
thing was as big as this table.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This is
That's
tough.
another one where he probably is
Yeah, but-
respected well enough.
I feel like he's definitely not the known one from the band.
Okay, yeah, this
So
is one where I
underrated.
kind of wanted. I lean harder into underrated for this one.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
also
You're-
he was also in Yazoo.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
See,
cool.
totally
Was
underrated. You didn't hear-
I know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. I had no idea. That's
Yeah.
very, very cool.
He left Depeche Mode and started doing that with oh man, what's her name?
Alison Moyet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's super rad.
Who is a singer that I think I sound like, and nobody has ever said that to me.
Oh,
Like, I have a list
I
going
think
of
you
people
sound
think I
like
sound
it. Do you
like-
feel? Is that good? Did you need that? Is that like I need someone to tell me that thing, or is that
okay.
just like?
No, I just like people always want to tell me who I sound like to them, and
Sure.
I'm kind of waiting for that one because that's the one I hear.
Okay.
But
But she's great.
For me, it's people always tell me like anytime I get like a "you look like someone" thing, it's never someone I like, right? Like no one ever tell you. So like I feel like I've shifted now towards from a lot of those people just because of my hair being different and things like that.
I would agree with you.
I used to get some combination of Ashton Kutcher and Gerard Way. Those were the two I
Yep.
used to get, and I was not excited about either of those.
I mean,
So,
to be
like-
fair though, bud.
Yeah, right,
Back
no,
in
I
high
know.
school, I don't know.
I know. So, but that's interesting though. Well, I'm excited to hear you sing now.
who was
I'm
in
very
Erasure? Was Vince Clarke in Erasure?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, I think he was.
Is that true?
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like in a ton of.
Yeah, he
things.
Look it up. Look it up. That's
Yeah.
your job.
Okay,
Because Erasure is an underrated band, in my opinion.
correct.
Well, where do we think he lands?
I think you're underrated is probably.
So probably like 8.
Yeah.
8? Oh, wow, we're climbing up the ranks here. You keep looking that up.
Well, I
We're
mean,
on to the next one,
it
too.
for being in so many seminal bands, like I don't think he's as known as he should
He
be.
should be more of an icon.
Yeah, it was Erasure.
Oh,
Wow, no way.
Yeah.
Who else is in that?
Andy Bell.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they did a bunch of songs, Ola Moore and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's my terrible.
They were
French.
great.
I like your
Yeah, they did a
terrible
bunch
French.
of ABBA covers and stuff
Your
like
terrible
that.
French is better than my good French.
Fair enough.
All right, we'll move on. Trent Reznor. We've talked a lot
Ooh.
about Trent Reznor.
Yeah, I mean,
I know he's
Awesome.
of like any kind of like synthy weird music. I feel like he's kind of like the bastard of the bunch.
well, yeah,
Like where you either love him or you hate him. You know, like
he made some good weird industrial
some weird,
sounds,
wild stuff.
some weird
right?
wacky stuff.
He gets the proper. I mean, I think he's like where
Yeah.
he should be in terms of respect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now he's got so much more pull now. He's like scoring movies with Atticus
Yeah,
Ross and
he's
stuff.
I
doing
actually
like-
appreciate that he's doing that.
I think until he started doing that, I've always considered him incredibly overrated.
Yes.
I love Nine Inch
Fair
Nails.
enough.
Don't get me
Okay.
wrong, but I think people are always kind of like, oh, like
Yeah,
Trent
okay.
Reznor.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get the allegiance. You know what I mean? But since the stuff with Atticus Ross, I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Did you hear the album he did with Halsey?
I did. Did he produce the whole record? Is
I
that
don't
what
know.
happened?
And actually, I don't know the whole album inside and out. I listened to it all through once, and it was good. But like the single that was out, I can't remember what it was.
The one that he I think is actually credited like Nine Inch
Yeah,
Nails and Halsey
it was
together or something.
incredible.
Yeah.
Such an incredible
It
song.
was not what I expected out of her because I like Halsey a whole lot too, actually, and it wasn't what I was expecting. I'm pretty sure he produced that whole record. Also, I could be wrong.
I think you're
I
right.
don't
He
know.
did, but like
um,
some great stuff came out of that. So I think he's definitely like a great producer. But you might be right. Like the Allegiance is kind of overdone.
yeah, and I will say too, I got to see him live at Jones Beach in 2015. It was Soundgarden for Nine Inch Nails, and I went for Soundgarden. And I mean, I like Nine Inch Nails also. Like I said, I'm a fan, but like I need to see Chris Cornell. But that show, it's hard to explain. It was really cool. A lot of weird synthy stuff that was like fun, but like the energy shift when like all the synths get rolled off the stage and a baby grand comes in, he just sits down and plays Hurt. You know what I mean? And you're just like, and the place just like
Things get dark.
Oh, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but all right.
I
next
saw him
step.
in the '90s with Marilyn Manson.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
I don't remember it very well.
So where do we? I say overrated a little bit.
Yeah.
To be honest, I lean
That's
like
fair.
4 is where I put him.
Okay.
So
I would agree
Is
with
he
you.
wearing like a muscle suit? What's
yeah,
going
I
on
tried
there?
to find like a picture that made you want to make him overrated.
He looks like he's starting to look more like Henry Rollins now.
right. So, what do you guys think?
I think saying he's overrated is fair. I like him a lot.
We'll do it.
Me too.
We'll do a 4. I
4,
guess.
yeah, 4 is where I landed also. So, all right.
Oh, underrated.
Underrated. Underrated.
That was a softball if I've ever seen
Yeah,
one.
that's incredibly.
Well, you know what? I saw. I had friends come into town. They're like, "We have a free lawn ticket last summer."
right.
Yeah, I was there
He
too.
was there for that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, yep.
I did not go to that one.
No, you should have though. It would have been fun.
They
remember
were
what I
they
was
were
doing.
solid.
They're
Me and
still
Liz
putting
tried to
out
get
really
Todd to
good
come
music.
too, and he was like, "No."
The new stuff that they've done is like.
I've
Really
heard a
solid.
song or two over the past few years, and I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, that new
It's-
album's pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you guys think then? You're saying everyone in this room
Well-
went underrated
Yeah,
all at
yeah,
the same
100%.
time. So
Well,
like, is that like a 10 or is that like what?
No,
is
it's
that?
like a because obviously like he wrote Mad World and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then like you got Everybody Wants to like Shout, all that stuff. But it's
Is
just
he the primary songwriter?
he's the only still original member.
No, he's
He
not.
is. What about
He's the,
the
I'm
other?
sorry, he's the only consistent original member.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes,
Well,
I think.
sorry.
Kurt is though, isn't he?
No, I think he
Oh.
went out for a while
Yep,
and then came
yes.
back.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Or I don't remember if they just decided to not do anything for a while either under that name.
He's the only one that's always been performing.
okay.
With them.
Well, yeah, no.
I
it's
found
just-
that out today. So
It's just like
that-
the songs he's written, just like lyrically, also just the stuff he talks
Yeah.
about is just.
I think he's the more interesting member of the band.
Oh, I mean, he's writing it most of
Yeah,
everything.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so that doesn't matter to
And-
some people.
But I mean, they have their hits, so I feel like if we were talking like it's 1989, they would be right in the middle of the scale.
Sure.
Yeah,
Or you
sure.
would be right. But like then they put out an album every like 15 years or something.
Yeah.
But the songs are really good.
Yeah, they should be a little more revered than they are, probably.
All right, so how much more revered?
7 or 8. I don't know.
7.
7? We're saying 7?
I'm gonna go with a 7 in myself.
7? All right, guys. I think that's the end
Nice.
of the whale scale. It is.
All right.
Cool. So I only have one more game for you guys, and it is a fan favorite here. And we're gonna jump right into it because
Can I tell you what I thought this game was before I actually saw the game?
Yes, I would like to know what you thought it was.
I thought we were going to smoke or drink.
That's kind of generally... All right, I'll give you a brief history. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the show before, but the game started as a game me and Connor used to just play with each other. Mm-hmm. We used to just send each other like a phrase and be like, is it weed or is it a pedal? You know what I mean? That was like the whole game. And then we came up with Nug or Chug. And we talked about doing a podcast like me and him forever. And that was like the only segment we agreed like needed to be on the show. So like he actually made all of these this time. I still call him to do it because I like to be surprised. I like to not know what the answers
Good call.
are. Yeah. So he made me a couple of them. This is the more recent one that
we
he's
told
made
our
me, so-
teenagers about this last night.
Yeah.
They were a little horrified.
Our kids are very like uptight.
Oh really?
Yeah, they don't
That's really
approve.
funny.
They're both 15. They're 15 and 16, and they are like the most prude.
Oh, that's
That's
hysterical.
so
Because
funny.
like if my parents like even played music, I would have been so excited. as a
Yeah,
child.
I mean, you know,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Like,
not
so-
the music necessarily. It's just
Yeah.
like they don't like the idea of people smoking weed and everything.
Wow, that's great. Well, I mean that's
Well,
makes,
at their school, there's problems. So
Yeah.
Sure. Where do they go to school? Don't tell me where they go to
Oh,
school. let's not go about. Tell me later.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. Okay, let's hop into it. If we haven't spoiled it already, the game is Nug or Chug. Nug or Chug. The way the game works is we name some kind of word or phrase or something, and the band has to guess if it is a guitar pedal or a strain of marijuana. That is the game. That is how it works. This is the only game that has been on every single episode of the podcast that we've done.
You gotta.
Yeah, this is the only remaining member of Tears for Fears or whatever is this game.
Just
so,
stay in the course.
Right, so let's do it. First one is deep cheese. Ooh, that's good. I like deep cheese.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's
A
got to
pedal.
be. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say
we'll do us versus you guys. How about that?
That's-
We'll
that's-
do
Oh,
us
yeah,
versus
you don't know.
you.
Is that
Yeah.
fair?
no,
You know
no.
the answer.
Okay.
No, I don't know the answers.
Oh.
Connor made all of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
good.
I actually have no idea. I really don't
perfect.
know. So we'll do us versus you guys. So you guys come to an agreement, and we'll take the opposite.
You don't think
I don't
so?
want to smoke cheese, so I'm gonna go.
That's
with
what
pedal.
I'm thinking.
So
yeah.
we got weed.
Okay.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
see. The
Oh, you got to
answer
do
is-
the opposite of us.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to.
We don't have to play
I just
devil's
want.
advocate.
I know, but I just want to take the lead from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yikes.
I think.
No.
Oh.
Look at
Wow.
that.
That also
And
kinda tracks.
We're one up already.
Oh, no.
Look at that. That's how
I
it
should
goes.
just whatever
All
I
right.
think it is. It's probably the opposite. That's
Anybody
the
who
way
comes
we
in to
should
play
go.
Nug or Chug, Jordan just wants to beat all of you.
I don't get to play.
That's
often.
true, you
Like,
don't.
I don't
Yeah,
actually
no,
share
that's
a
good.
team.
You don't,
know,
yeah.
so-
Let him have his fun.
Right.
He does.
All right, moving on. Crypt.
Oh man,
Oh, jeez.
that's got to be like a doomer pedal.
I will let you know. I always think it's fair for me to let people know this. Connor has absolutely like no problem making like every single one of them weed or every single one of them pedals. That's true. Or like he's,
He really likes to
it's
throw
not,
us off.
He's like the every answer is C thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I know.
don't try to figure it out that way because he doesn't alternate. He doesn't like. There's no rhyme or reason for how he does it.
That's
so.
got to be like a heavy fuzz pedal. I mean,
I would agree.
I actually also agree.
Yeah.
I think
it sounds
it's a
like some
pedal.
kind of just crazy, wacky, just loud shit.
like zipper sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're thinking crypt pedal. Everyone say pedal.
Yeah,
Everyone in
I
this room
think
say
we're all
pedal.
on the same.
Oh wow!
Connor
We
got us.
all suck.
I see what he's doing.
Yeah, right.
Wow, I
That's
got it.
really funny. All right, moving on. Next one. Oh, I know
that,
this.
Yeah, that one's easy.
It's
That's a Z-Vex.
Yeah, it's a Z-Vex, but yeah, that's a pedal. Not even gonna come on,
Okay.
Connor. Come on, what are you doing?
What is that little thing?
All right, 2-1. Ooh.
I don't know. Yeah, fiddle while Rome burns.
That's. I mean, I've never. I mean, you would have. You would know if there was
We're,
that, right?
I guess
I don't know.
We're gonna go with weed. It sounds. We're probably wrong though.
I don't know. I mean, like,
I want to say pedal, but I also recognize that if we just keep guessing what they guess, we will win. I am aware
Wow.
of that.
everybody, you just found out how to win Nug or Chug every time.
Right. If you get the first one, but I'm going to say pedal.
I'll
You
go
want
with
to
you, bud.
ride that wave
Yeah,
I
with
bet
me?
it's a pedal now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Cornerstone.
Cornerstone.
What is Cornerstone?
I don't know
I
that
have
one.
no
I
idea.
don't know, but they got us a 2-point
It's
lead,
got a-
so...
What's it got?
Gotta get one.
There's a comp. What does that say? Volume gain comp? Is that comp?
Volume gain comp time.
What could that even be?
It's a fuzz? It says fuzz at the bottom.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's tone, not time. I'm
tone.
Like, what? So it's a fuzz pedal.
Okay.
Cornerstone, you got us. Moving on, next one.
Oh, we're really losing.
Oh, this is green.
The font is,
The font is
green, right?
Yeah.
Both.
Flower.
Can I say both?
Yes, you can.
That'd be
that
weird.
has happened before. I did that. I did both with Acapulco Gold.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. That was good.
I
don't know.
I mean, I would guess.
I want to say both now. That feels like it's both. That could be both.
A type of weed called...
Turns you're picking.
Okay, a type of weed called flower seems a little on the nose.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's just become so much more creative and wacky nowadays with the naming.
All right, you convinced us to say pedal.
I want to say both.
Okay, go for both.
He might have.
That would be
me.
the coup right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Could tie it though. Or no, you guys are ahead of us by two anyway.
Right.
Oh,
Let's
no.
see.
You're safe.
But we'll lose 2 points if it's not both. How about that?
Oh, okay. That's a good rule
They'll
for
tie
our
us
side.
back up.
Oh.
It's a 29 pedal, huh?
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a 29.
All right, so we're tied
No, I mean,
now.
I
We'll
like
call it a
these.
tie.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
We'll call it a tie now.
We deserve to lose.
What is a 29?
29 is this.
That's a brand?
Yeah, 29 pedal is this dude who he made this thing called the Una. It's pretty much like a buffer with tone controls. It's very strange. He's like he's an audio guy. He makes like consoles and or works on consoles and stuff. And John Mayer plays it. That's if that doesn't.
Okay.
That's say no more. That's why it is what that's it.
John-
It does what it do, Yuki.
Yeah.
That's
We're
it.
not going to talk about John Mayer,
John
apparently.
Mayer's flower.
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah.
So moving on next.
Pretty
Ears.
I don't know.
Try to say that in British accent. It's pretty ears.
Pretty ears.
Pretty ears.
You ever say if you say Michael Caine, if you say my cocaine in Michael Caine's accent, you say Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Yeah.
Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Is this offensive yet? Are we allowed to make fun of British folk? Like,
They've
is
done
that
enough.
like-
They've done enough. They know what they
the
did.
blokes from across the pond.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope Richard's listening.
We were just talking about that yesterday. Are you Britist if you're racist against British?
British.
That's a good question. Yeah.
That's good. All right, where are we landing for
We're
pretty
asking the-
years?
we're asking the good
pretty
questions.
years. I'm saying Nug.
I would also go with Nug.
Nug.
I'd say pedal.
Okay, we're trying pedal.
Let's go. This might be the last one.
This might be the last one.
This might be the last one, which would divide us.
Ooh.
Small sound, big sound.
Oh, they're cool, actually. I like them. They make cool fuzz pedals.
I like the design on that.
Is that the last one?
It's for
Oh,
ears.
you lost, Ferns! How
no.
could you? How could you? I
Yeah.
got a 2-point
I actually
lead for
can't
us.
believe we won. So
Oh, man.
Welcome.
It hurts.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. Well, we've got about 8 minutes left, roughly, before we hit the full hour. Let's talk about what the future looks like for you guys and where people can get that pedal. Those are the two things I want to talk about right now. So.
Bandcamp Friday.
yeah. We're gonna actually throw this up like at midnight on Bandcamp Friday.
Oh, rad. Cool.
Yeah, because some people don't want to pay with Venmo and all that. So
No. Yeah, that's. I actually think that's a really good idea. No one's done that before. That's
we're
a really good
only
idea.
gonna have it up there for one day because I don't want to pay all their fees after that.
Yeah,
But,
sure.
But yeah, it's so. If you want
And that's
this
tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yep. It's tomorrow.
What's your elevator pitch for this pedal? Because if I was gonna cut, let's say hypothetically, I was gonna cut 30 seconds out of this and use it as a social media feeder. Hypothetically, if I was gonna do that, what would you tell people?
You saw my video, then I rambled. But
yes, let's break it down. In let's say 90 seconds starting now.
This is a great pedal that is. It sounds like a Bucket Brigade. Like it does the Bucket Brigade thing pretty well.
That really warms my heart to hear someone say that about a digital chip.
Yeah, me and you were always talking about Bucket Brigades.
Yeah, that's great.
But it has lots of crazy stuff. If you're doing ambient stuff, you can mess with this thing live and do the whole noise set with it. It fits into that kind of a chain. I don't know. My elevator pitch sucks, but
the stereo functions alone in it, I think, are the important part for me. And what you can do, you can do 1 channel in, 2 channels out, 2 channels in, 1 channel out, 2 channels in, 2 channels out, 1 channel in, 1 channel out. Like any way that you want to run a stereo field for that thing, It's great, and it does warble out of phase with itself. That's the important
that's always
part.
good.
It does.
That's the important part when it comes to a stereo chorus. So,
And it looks great.
and it looks great. That's the end of the pitch. That's how we punctuate it, and it looks pretty great
and
too.
it looks great.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being on with us. I had a blast. We're gonna go play some music right now, and we're gonna do some more fun stuff with the GoPros, and and then that stuff will be coming out as drivers for this video after. We'll probably also upload this to YouTube if people want to see it, and then check out Instagram, TikTok, wherever you guys are. Also, I'm sure we'll be sharing stuff for it, and look for the performance where we attach a bunch of cameras to our friends and make them dance for us.
And
that's
make them
pretty
play
much
their music.
that's usually how it goes. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having
you.
us.